Okay, I'm back on project 5 and we're looking at a couple of functions called and OR function. The AND function is one of the many logical functions that Excel has to determine if all conditions in a test are true. So if everything is going to be true, we can use an AND, or if we want to test to see if everything is true, we use an AND function. And on the OR function, we're only looking to see if any condition in that test is true. So let's take a look and see how it works for our daily lunches. So we write our first function for that and for our daily lunches. And I believe in your instructions it says that it wanted to know if they had soup and salad on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're looking at, hey, is there a combination where they had for lunch soup and salad? And so we write the function starting out with an equals. And if you'll start typing the and hit the tab when you see it. So our first logic test for this function says if B34 is going to be equal to, and our first one is soup, that in quotation to make it read, and we need to make sure that they also had in C34 equal to salad. So this is the case, and both of these criteria were met, it would give us a yes or a no or a false and a true. If we copy this down, we can see that, hey, there was Wednesday and Thursday that this test was equal to a true. We had soup and salad on both of those days. So let's take a look at how to put that into an OR test. So same type of situation with the and. We're just going to start typing OR. When you find it, hit tab, and we're going to see if one of the days that we had either soup or salad. So on the entree, we're looking for B34 to be equal to what? Soup, comma, and either the vegetable was equal to a salad. Let's close out our argument. So it looks like that. So that was true because one of the conditions was met, and we had that met on a couple of other days as well. So the or just means that one of the conditions has to be met, and the and says that all conditions has to be met. Now let's take a look at nesting the and the or into an if function. So what we're going to look at here is if let's take a look at Gilbert first, because we want to know, hey, did he get all A's or at least one A? So if it was all A's, we're going to use an AND function to see if this condition is true. And so it's going to look something like equals, and we're going to write an if statement. So our if statement is going to be nested on the logic test with an AND statement. So we're going to start typing the and it's going to open up. If you'll hit tab, it opens up that parenthesis for you, and inside our parenthesis is our first logic statement. So we want to know is if this score was greater than, and we're going to click on the minimum score. So our minimum score is this. And we also need to know, comma, if this score was greater than the minimum score. So this is just our logic test. So let's put our our parenthesis around that. So there's our logic test, comma. Okay. So the and statement says that B43 is greater than the minimum score and C43 is greater than the minimum score. If this value is true, then they get a yes. They met all the requirements. And if it's not true, in quotation, no, they did not meet all the requirements. So in the parenthesis around that and hit enter, and let's see if we've got that correct. Drag that down. He was the only one that met the minimum score for all of his tests. Okay, so let's see how it looks if it just at least one was an A. So that might change the whole game here. We're going to start that out in that if statement, and this is going to be our OR logic statement. So we need to know if test 1 was greater than the minimum, comma, or test 2 was greater than the minimum. Close that parenthesis, put a comma in that whole statement right there, the or, that is your logic test. So if this is true, guess what? Yes, right? Don't forget to capitalize all of the YES. And if it's false, it's just a simple no. Close the parenthesis, hit enter, and let's see what we came up with. More yeses than nos.